For the fourth day in a row, I went to the same little independent thrift store on my lunch break. I usually go there only on Thursdays or every other Thursday, but this week I decided I'm going to take a lunch break from my day job and I'm going to go to this thrift store every day and see if they put out any decent stuff that I could buy to flip into my eBay shop. And it seems like they did. So today I'm gonna I'm gonna turn the camera around and I'm gonna show you the I picked up three items today. I think it adds up to about 100 and a little over $100. I'm gonna give you all the numbers on everything I bought this week to decide was it worth it to go to this thrift store every day, even though it's a tiny store that very rarely flips over its inventory. So let's do it right now. I was going to go on and on with a lot more preamble, but we might as well just get right to business. So these are the three things I got today, and then I'm going to tell you, I'm going to add up everything that I bought this week and how much I think it's worth and how much profit I think I'm going to make, or let's say how much gross I'm going to make off of these items. Okay, so the first thing I bought today is this strange thing, which is called a plate disc, clip one on. It's called a clip-on plate disc. So you can go to platedisc.com to see what this is about. It's basically a little plastic thing that sticks to your the license plate frame if you have one. I think you can get them custom made by this company, but this one is, oh shoot, I forgot what it's called already. I'm not really a sports person, but I'll tell you exactly what this thing is. Wichita State Woo-Shock is their mascot. His name is Woo-Shock, Wushok. So I guess it's the Wichita State Shockers. So anyway, I have no idea. There is like literally no sales history on this, but I think sports type stuff does pretty well. I've had pretty good luck lately with license plate stuff. So for $1, I thought I would take a chance on this. This packaging is interesting to me because here where the barcode is, you can probably see it says sample. So I don't know if this is just like a mock-up of what they thought their packaging would be for these things. And this was never intended to be sold. It seems like that's probably the case because it's like pretty low resolution printing here. But anyway, I'm going to attempt to sell this for $20, and I think it's very possible. You know, people who are into their college sports teams are really into them. So $20 doesn't seem like much for something like that if somebody was a fan. So that'll get listed tonight. The next thing I picked up today was this, oh caution, very sharp. This is a sharp blade. It's a Ronco Dial-O-Matic food cutting thing. You know, you put your food here and you do this, and then you can dial up the thickness that you like. This would have been like an as seen on TV thing, like Ron Popeil was the early guy, the grandfather of infomercials, I guess. So I think this is from the late 60s or the 70s. I wonder if there's any markings on this. This is the instruction manual. I don't think there's any date on here, but it says made in USA. Oh yeah, this says copyright 1994. So this is much later than I thought. I cannot believe they would have been making this in 1994. Anyway, these things sell pretty good. Let's check this out real quick. I think the sell-through rate is like astronomical. This is how I determine like supply and demand. So let's put in Dial-O-Matic and do a search. Let's just include food cutter. That's like the pre-filled thing, pre-filled search term. And we have, where is it? I think we have like 21 currently listed. And then we'll go down here and switch to sold, 41 sold. So this is like double sold the amount that is currently available. So when you look at sold results on eBay, it's for the last 3 months. So there's 41, what is that, like 15 people a month, maybe? Let's say 13 people a month have bought one of these in the last 3 months. And there's only 20 available right now. So this should sell pretty quickly. And since there's not a huge number of them available, we can get a pretty good idea of what it is worth. So this one, $45 plus, with free shipping. Here's the extra blade if you wanted like the French fry cutting blade. So if somebody buys this and they want to upgrade it, they probably can. Anyway, they seem to be selling for like 35 bucks. I put mine at 33, 32.99. I think it'll sell quickly. It looks like we just got, no. I thought we might have got a sale, but these are offers that I sent out that are expiring. So anyway, I paid $3 for this today. I will list it for 33, and I think it will sell. I bet it will sell within 2 weeks, maybe less. So I'm happy with that. And then this one I was really, really happy with. This Game Boy. This is like a light, magnifying light thing to put on the front of your Game Boy. You can see how it attaches for a Game Boy Color. This was originally $9.99 at Kmart. It does have a date on it, 2001. So this is like 24, 25 years old. 10 bucks it was then. There are none of these listed at all, and there are 3 that sold in the last 3 months. So this is a pretty rare item, especially it's still sealed. The other 3 that sold were also sealed. And one of them sold for 60, one for 55, and I think one for 29 or something like that. So it seems like those prices are just entirely up to the seller. Like one of those sellers decided to sell it for $29 when he probably could have gotten 50 or 60 or possibly even more. Who knows? Now that I'm saying that, I'm contemplating whether I should raise the price. I'm putting this at $52.99 right now. That's my plan, but because I want it to go quickly. But now I'm thinking that other guy got 60. Why shouldn't I get an extra $70? So maybe I will raise the price of this. Anyway, you can see how yellowed the packaging has become over the years. It's probably been out in the sun all this time. So still sealed, pretty rare item. I think this company is called Interact. So we'll see. I think that's $53. Maybe I'll price that up. All right, so those are the 3 things I got today. And when you add that up, those 3 prices up, it's like $106. And now that I'm thinking about pricing up that Game Boy thing, it might be closer to like 112 or 115. So maybe I will jump that up. But I'm going to tell you the total value of everything I bought this week, and I'll put up photos on the screen because these things are already listed and stored in my inventory. So, okay. Monday I went there and I got a glass mug, like a frosted root beer float mug from Culver's, the Midwestern hamburger chain, hamburgers and frozen custard. I got it for $1 and I think it's worth 20. I think that will sell quickly because there are like real big super fans of Culver's. Then I got a diptych candle. This is like that little, I think it's French Parisian houseware brand. I paid $5 for that candle, but I think it's worth 26. I got a like a pumpkin bucket to go trick-or-treating with, a vintage plastic one. It's actually coincidentally had a Kmart sticker on it too. They're not worth that much, but I only paid $1 for it. I think it'll go for 15, especially since we're right into Halloween season. The last thing I picked up there was a Bible. It's like just a standard Bible, but it's still in the box. It's brand new. It's never been read or anything. It's not a real high quality one, so I think it's like 13 bucks. I only paid $1 or $2 for it. I think $2 for it. So I was expecting it to be worth more than that, but it's still worth 13, I think. So Monday I spent $9 at the store, and I think I brought home $74 worth of inventory. Then I went there Tuesday. I only bought one thing, and I probably shouldn't have bought this. It's a coffee mug from the Rainforest Cafe, and I paid $2 for it. I think it's only worth $13, and it has a very, very bad supply and demand situation. So I think there are like 600 of these mugs listed, and maybe like 10 have sold. So this may never sell, and it may end up in the garbage, but I did price it sort of at the lower end of what people are pricing it at. So maybe when one person comes along, they'll buy mine. I think I'm better at titles than some other people, and I think I might be better at photos than some other people too. So hopefully this mug will go and bring in at least 13 bucks. But Tuesday was basically a bust. I probably should not have bought anything. I really only bought it because I'm doing this experiment, going to the same thrift store every day, and I wanted to buy something. So I picked it up for $2. I thought it was going to be worth 20 or 24 until I got home and did a little bit deeper research. Okay, then yesterday I went and I got a lot of good stuff there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I brought home 5 items on Wednesday, I got 2 sets of college football plastic mugs that are still sealed. There's an Ohio State set and Tennessee Volunteers set, and I paid $1 a piece for those. There's a pack. It's a pack of 8. I am pretty confident this is the same thing. Like sports fans, they're just gonna buy stuff. Like people who maybe went to those schools or something. I think I can get $20 a piece for those. And then I got a vintage MP3 player, a Kobe brand MP3 player for $20. I think it's worth $20. I only paid 2 for it. This is another thing where there's like none listed and just a handful sold. So it should go quickly, I think. But who knows? I think I've priced it at the lower end of the scale, so hopefully it'll go quickly. I got a vintage cap, like a police officer's cap or a bus driver's cap, maybe a cabbie hat. I'm not sure exactly what its intended purpose is. But I saw it on Tuesday when I was getting that Rainforest Cafe mug, and I thought it was a Halloween costume, like a cheap hat. And then I picked it up again. Well, I saw it and I picked it up on Wednesday and realized like, oh, this is a vintage hat. It's made by the, what is it called? Amalgamated Textiles Workers Union, something like that. So it's an older one. I've seen some that slightly different, but basically the same, that sold from anywhere between like $40 and $80. So I'm going kind of in the middle at $50. I've only paid $2 for it. It seemed like it was worth the risk. And then I got a, what's it called? Cotton Bureau. I'll put it up on the screen, but it's a sweater, a vintage 90s sweater. It looks sort of Coogie style or Coogee style or like a Cosby sweater. And I saw one very, very similar to it. There's a lot of these that have sold around the $100 range. And there's one that's very similar to mine that sold for $180. It's not quite the same. And I don't want to sit on this thing forever, so I'm not trying to get the maximum profit for it. I'm just trying to get $120. So I decided I could get $120 for it. I have a suspicion I'll be sending out offers and taking offers, and we'll probably sell it for like 80 or 90. I think I paid about $850 for it, $875, something like that. So I spent about $14 or $15 there on Wednesday, yesterday, and I think that's going to bring in about $230. And then today I spent $6, and it's going to be about $106 worth of inventory. So this experiment ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 11 or 12 items. And I think it's going to total out at about $423. That's gross. So that's not taking out the cost of goods. That's not taking out eBay fees or anything like that. So I think $420. I'll probably be doing some offers on some of these things. So maybe $400. So is it worth it to pop over to the thrift store for, I have an hour lunch break and I spend half an hour of it in the thrift store. Is that worth it to make $100 a day? I think it probably is. I don't know that I'll go there every single day like this in the future, but I'll definitely be going there more often. I was planning, like my schedule is to go there every other Thursday. I'm definitely going to be going there at least every Thursday, and maybe I'll start going. I just noticed for the first time they have some days where things are cheaper. Like Mondays, I think all clothing is half off. So I might be going there on Mondays. I don't know. Anyway, let me know if you think this kind of experiment is worth it. If going to the thrift store, spending your lunch break instead of relaxing and doing whatever you're supposed to do when you're not working at your day job, is it worth it to make $100? I think it probably is. Okay, right now I'm going to cut the camera and go into the other room. I'm not going to do any inventory tonight because I think there's 7 orders. It's going to take a little while. And some of them, at least one of them, maybe 2 of them is going to be a little bit complicated. So I'm going to pull all of the stuff that sold today and get it packed up. And then by the end of the video, we'll go through total profits. I'll go through individual profits on each item and then total profit for the day. And we'll see how are we doing on our goal to get to $50,000 this year. I think we're like getting closer to it being possible every day, but I still think it's going to be tough. So let's go in the other room and pack. Okay, I pulled all 7 of these items that are going out tonight. Well, they'll go out tomorrow, but they'll get packed tonight. And let's just get to it. I can't think of anything else to talk about. So, okay, this pair of jeans right here, these are Guess jeans. vintage from the 90s. I sold these last week. I just listed them last week and then they sold almost immediately. And I packaged them up and I put them out on the porch for my mail carrier to pick up. And then I went to work. And while I was at work, I got a message from the woman who bought them, and she said, "I thought these were women's jeans. Oh no. Oh no." But she didn't say anything else besides that. So I know there's a limited amount of time before the carrier picks this package up and all the rest of the packages that are out there. So I'm trying to message to this woman saying, "Do you want me to cancel this order? What? You gotta tell me what to do. You can't just say, oh no." And so eventually she responded and said, "Yes, please, thank you." And so I texted Jessica, she was still home, and asked her to go out on the porch and grab them before the mail carrier got here and got them. So that was fine. Cancel the order, no big deal. But it was a touch and go for a second. Are we going to get these pants back in the house or not? Anyway, I bought them for $2 at a garage sale. I don't even remember this. It wasn't that long ago, but I have no memory of buying these. What garage sale was this? It doesn't matter. Anyway, the point is I paid $2 for them. I sold them for $34 plus shipping, and they're going to SR. So hopefully SR, who is a woman, understands that these are men's jeans and will be okay with that. So they're going out this time. Right, this thing is a big bread box, and it has some canisters inside here. So this is going to take a little bit of packing. I'm going to move this out of the way and save that for closer to the end. And then might as well go to these bowls, stacking bowls. These are just like plastic melamine bowls. They're designed by Heller Massimo Vignelli, nesting cereal bowls. I've had these listed for a little while, since October of 2024, and I paid a lot for them just because I kind of thought they were cool. You know, this kind of mid-century style, very plain, but they stack nicely. So anyway, I paid $8.25 for these. I only sold them for $26, but I put them on a bookshelf for some reason in my inventory, and they've been causing me a lot of OCD style anxiety every time I look at them, and I think, why are there bowls on a bookshelf, and I want to be able to put more books there. So now I will be able to put books where they belong, and I'll get these bowls off to wherever they're going. So yeah, they're pretty cool. I kind of like this. I kind of like to keep these, but I know what would happen is somewhere along the way I wouldn't be able to resist putting them in the microwave, and then they would get either like some kind of tomato sauce stain, or they would get a weird crinkly surface and they would end up being garbage. I don't know when these are from. I couldn't really tell you if they were like really vintage from the 60s or 70s, or if these are from the 90s or what, but I put vintage in the title, so hopefully they are. Anyway, they're going out. I think they'll fit in this box right here. Yeah, should. So let's tape it up and get it out. I still need to find a heavy metal plate to hold this thing down. It's just not heavy enough to pull it with one hand, and I really want to be able to just do it with one hand. So I don't know where you would get just a piece of steel this big by an inch thick. Can you just go to a junkyard or a metal? Where do they sell metal? I don't have the means to cut steel like that, so I'd have to go somewhere and tell them this is exactly the size I want it. This thing has holes in it, so you could screw it down. I think I would just put double-sided tape on the bottom and stick it down that way to this piece of metal I need. So any ideas about where to get a chunk of steel, let me know, because I really don't have any idea. They don't sell anything like that at Home Depot or Lowe's. Those are my home improvement store choices. So it kind of works with one hand, but you got to really do it exactly right. You really should do a two-hand. And I have these tape guns, and I use the tape gun exactly. It might actually have been this gun. I think I stole those tape guns when I quit that job years ago. I used a tape gun like this at in a distribution desk for years and years. But once I started using this, I kind of got the the feel for it and I like it. 1 pound 10 ounces. Oh, 1 pound 10 ounces. This box is 11.97. And who's it going to? Is this them? TM in Minnesota. TM. Registered trademark. Okay, there's that, that's that. Okay, this thing I just listed last night, and I was fairly certain nobody was going to buy it. I was thinking about throwing it in the garbage because the hinges are broken on this hair setter, curling set. What do you recall this? What do you call these things? Curlers, hot rollers set. So the hinges are broken on both sides, and I thought it's probably garbage, but I guess people buy just the rollers, so maybe somebody's buying this just for the rollers. I don't know. I put it pretty low. I think these normally sell for like $40 to $50, maybe 40. I'm not sure. I put it only at 25 because it was broken and because I wanted to get it out of here. And it only took less than 24 hours to sell, so I guess I achieved my goal. This box is a little shallow, I think, but maybe I'll have to move that. I might have to unwrap that and put the cord on the side instead of on the top. All right, that was a waste of time. Let's see, can I get it? No, I'm just gonna cut it, start over. All right, try it again. You know what? I'm gonna just put bubble wrap around it, not waste that. Not waste the time on the stretch wrap. So I'm gonna use masking tape so it can come off easy and just tape it right to this thing so I can pull this bubble wrap tight. I might have to put a couple pieces, keep it straight. It's already like almost 10:30, I think, so I'm gonna try to move things here quickly. We're really just gonna pack 3 things tonight. There's 4 here that need to be packed, but one of them is gonna have to wait till the morning, and I'll tell you why when I get to it. All right, we're getting there. Yeah, irons, hot rollers are kind of a pain. I've shipped a lot of these. This is probably the 5th or 6th of these full-size ones I sold. That was supposed to go on the side, and I put it on the bottom again. The whole point of unwrapping it was to put it on the side because it's making this thing too tall to fit in the box. All right, there we go. I got it on the side. All right, we're gonna need paper. Okay, good. Okay, here's Pineapple. I didn't even know you were down here. Hey, buddy, you sneaking up on me? Come here. What are you doing? What are you looking at? This is what he does. Just stare at you. I think he wants something, but you never really know what it is. There's just a small handful of things I can offer him, and he's already had food. He's already gone outside. I forgot what these things are called again. Oh, hot rollers. It's gonna be kind of heavy, almost 4 pounds, 13, 10, 6. And who's the lucky buyer? So 25 bucks plus shipping. I think I paid $1.50 for these. These are going to DK. Is this Maryland? I thought maybe somebody would buy these for, like these old things for props for a movie or something, but this is not. That's not going to any place where they're making a movie. Okay, next I have this telephone. I was just looking at this last night. Either last night or a couple of nights ago, I relisted this, and it sold pretty quickly. So I did lower the price a little bit. I think I had it for $36.99, and I lowered it to $29.99, and it sold within a day or two. Let's see, does it tell me? Sold today. Doesn't really tell me when it was listed. I thought that might be on the app, but it might be in there somewhere. So is it gonna fit in here? Yeah, that's fine. So this is a cool old phone, like this prism shape. I don't know what. I don't really. Oh, it's even called Prism. Telequest 1984. It's dated 1984 on the bottom. I would have thought maybe 90s. So we'll wrap it up in some wrap, bubble wrap. Should be pretty well protected. It's gonna get a lot of paper around it, just like everything else. Tape it up. Masking tape, Linda's masking tape. Paper on the bottom, paper this way. Okay, we're getting there. I'm gonna put one more ball of paper on the top. I don't know. I'm not sure if somebody would be buying this to use or if it'd be for, this is the sort of thing I thought might be for a movie prop too. I have occasionally had something go out to a seller, and you could tell by their address or their seller name that it's some kind of a movie or television production company. And I've considered, following up to find out what movie is this going to be in, or is there any other stuff you're looking for, and maybe I could become like a sorcerer. 11.97. I mean, they must have people that they have on kind of on retainer or on speed dial, like we need a 1980s phone, what can you do for us? And they must have, there's got to be people like that. searching out things. Okay, right now this Bible, somebody messaged me and said, is there any writing at all in this Bible? And honestly, I mean, obviously I didn't look at every single page, but I told them no. So let me just flip through here and make sure I wasn't lying. Looks totally new, brand new book. All right, I'm put a little bubble around that, even though it's kind of a waste of time and a waste of materials. Just wrap it a couple of times so that they feel good about it when they get it. This wasn't a super valuable Bible. I think, yeah, 25 bucks. It sold quickly too, and I was kind of surprised because there didn't seem to be a great sell-through rate situation on this Bible, but 25 bucks sold in 3 or 4 days maybe. I'll put it in one of these little boxes. I don't know what the actual thought of what a box this size is for, but I mostly seem to use them for books. And this is another one that is folded wrong. I can't complain. These boxes I get for free, so can't complain too much, but this has been a pretty high percentage of them that is improperly glued. Stuff it down in there. Good. Nice and safe. So it's like by the time it's folded up, it's not really a square, or it's not really a rectangle. It's just this weird trapezoidal box. So I hope I don't get, USPS put what do they call it? I can't think of what they call it, but it's like a non-traditional shaped box charge. So they charge extra for tubes or weird things you just wrap up. Like sometimes people will just put a label on a coconut Bible. I don't know why I thought of that, but when I was a kid, my friend's mom received a coconut in the mail from Hawaii, 10 by 7 by 3, where they had just scraped off a portion of it and carved the address into it. JH. Okay, I see some messages here. New offer received, best offer received. I will sell this for any price, I think. I have this new wave oven. These I can't think what they call it. Infrared oven. It's brand new in the box, never been used. I thought for sure somebody would pay me $100 for it, but it's been sitting for quite a while. I'm going to look at how much I actually paid for it. Come on. So I think I paid $25 for it. If I take 75, I'll make 50, and then I'll probably make like 38 on this. I'm just going to sell this. It's taking up a lot of space and I don't want it anymore. So I'm going to accept this offer if I can figure out where it went. Review offer, accept offer. It says listed 46 days ago, but that had to be when it was relisted. I've certainly had it longer than that. So let's see how quickly it takes to get this paid for. Maybe it's already happened. Offer retracted. Huh. I accepted the offer already, and then it says offer retracted. I'm not sure what to do. Okay, I'm definitely not going to pack this. I'm going to message this buyer and ask them, did you mean to buy this or not? I really want to sell it and get it out of here. Okay, I just have one more thing to pack right now, and it's this lava lamp. I sold this once before, and the person who bought it said it didn't work. And I had tested it. It was working just fine. But they sent it back, and for sure enough, it wouldn't turn on. So I thought it needed a new light bulb. So I ordered a light bulb. Actually, I ordered a 4-pack of light bulbs, and when I got it, I put it in there. It still didn't work. So it turned out this switch was just wired slightly wrong. So if it got jiggled or something, it wouldn't work. So let's see. I rewired it. I just I just fixed the switch, and there it goes. It works just fine. So unfortunately, I had it running. It has a little cloudiness, and I read online that if you let it run, like you let it run for 6 hours and then be off for 6 hours and keep doing that for a while, some of that cloudiness can go away. So I had it running. It started running tonight around 6. And I intended on coming home and unplugging it right away when I got home from work so it couldn't cycle, but I forgot to do that. So it's pretty hot right now. You can't shake that thing up while the wax is melted. That will kind of wreck it. So I'm going to wait and pack this in the morning, and we'll figure out. So I won't be able to give you a full accounting for how much money we made today because I don't know what the shipping is going to be on this, and I don't know what's going on with that new wave oven right now. So I'm going to buy labels for these, and I'll be able to tell you exactly how much profit each one of these made, and then I will give you an estimate of like total profit for today. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I started looking into that new way of oven to see what was going on, and it looks like the buyer sent an offer with shipping and then retracted that offer and then sent another offer with local pickup. So I just need to arrange a time when we can, when you know, I could transfer the ownership of this oven to this person. So I'll be messaging him after this, after I'm done here. And while I was looking at that, I realized I totally forgot about this bread box set. And then another sale came in. So it's this Goebel beer milk glass mug. I got this for $1 at a garage sale not too long ago, really, and I sold it for $20 just now. So we've got at least 2 more things to do tonight before we're done. So I pulled the box already. This is a 8x8x8 box, which, oh boy, that one's, we got a glue issue here too. So I'm going to turn my hot glue gun on and let that warm up for a minute while we're packing up the other thing, the bread box. So let me set that there. Let me set that out of the way. I don't want any of this stuff getting broken. And I'm about to bring over a big project, this bread box. So let's clear this space. I'm going to exchange all of these, replace all of these with this bread box and change places. It's like this is like a merry-go-round or something, some kind of a weird game where we're switching spots. Okay, there we go. So we'll get labels on those later, but right now we got to figure this thing out. And I think it looks big, but I think it's small enough that I can do 2. I can like sleeve 2 of these 12 by 12 by 12 boxes together and make like a tunnel for it to fit in. So we'll do that. But there's stuff inside of that bread box. There's it's like flour tin, sugar tin, coffee tin, something like those kind of things. So we're gonna have to pack the inside too. So let me make sure this actually fits in here. It's gonna be a little bit tight, and we'll see if it's gonna work. Okay, that'll be just fine. I'm gonna have to, I think I'll probably have to reinforce the insides of that box a little bit, because I don't want this, it's gonna be pretty close to the edges of the box, and I don't want it to get dinged up if possible. This thing is old and it's already a little bit dinged up, but we'll try to protect it the best we can. So I don't know if that has been long enough for that glue gun to heat up. I've never used this. I never had this before. I just got this a few weeks ago or a few months ago maybe at a garage sale. It's like a battery powered glue gun, which I didn't even know existed. Oh, it seems like it might be working. Maybe if the glue is actually in there. There it goes. Yeah, perfect. That didn't take long to heat up at all compared to a corded one. Let me turn this off and take the battery out and set it over here. I don't want to set anything on fire. All right, this is all glued back together. Shouldn't be required to re-glue boxes, but sometimes things just work out that way. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this in bubble and then paper it up. I got some scraps of paper here. I might as well use them up. So roll it up. This is gonna be about, I don't know, 4 or 5 layers of bubble wrap. So that should be pretty good at protecting it. Do I want? No, that'd be fine. So let's finish loading this up with paper, and we'll just jam paper all around it. This feels like a pretty big box for a small mug, but it's really just about exactly the right size. I mean, you got to have plenty of room around it to keep that glass from breaking. So that's tight, a little bit more, tighten it up. Okay, good. I don't love using these boxes that say eBay on them, but I don't hate it that much either. Okay, marker mug. This is 999, and I gotta move this out of the way. 1 pound 8, 2 pounds. And who's it going to? This is turning out to be like a 9 sale day. It's probably more than I've had in one day in quite a long time. I think I'm averaging at about, oh, this is going to somebody associated with the company, I think. Just right here in Chicago. This should be a good quick delivery. Okay, now back to this. Okay, this thing can come off. So you see I've got the bread box, and then these are nested here. They're a little bit beat up, but they're old, you know. So, okay, this one you can't even tell what it's supposed to be, what's supposed to go in there. This one looks like it's supposed to be tea or coffee. This one, flour, I don't know. What do you think that one's going to be? Sugar? It's anybody's guess. The print is totally worn off of it. I'm gonna. This is pretty tight. What would happen if I put this one and this one side by side? They fit in there. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna put this small one in here and tighten it up with more paper. Keep going. This will go here, down in here, and that gives us enough slack, extra paper to do this. And then put the lid on, and it fits right in there. So I'm gonna wrap this to keep the lid on. Oh no, I do this all the time where I tear the stretch wrap and then it disappears like Scotch tape. So let's wrap it. I don't want to be here all night. What time is it now? It's 11 now. We've been working on this packing part for probably 45 minutes and we're not even done. Okay, this guy is, do I need to put paper in it? No, I'll just wrap it. Wrap it. Come on, that's good. All right, I'm thinking about putting these together and then wrapping them with stretch wrap again. So this needs to go this way. Where's the masking tape? I'm gonna try to get the masking tape to the stretch wrap. So I don't think it would cause any problems on the surface, but let's just make sure it doesn't and put it on the stretch wrap and then pull this tight, tape it in place. Okay, we're still doing okay. I'm gonna do that again on the smaller one. This didn't sell for a huge amount of money. I think I had it listed for $100 for a long time, basically because I didn't want to do all of this shipping, but eventually it did sell. I can't remember if this was an offer, probably not. $62.99. Somebody gave this to me. They were cleaning out their basement and wanted to get rid of it, so I took it. But I've shipped a lot bigger stuff than this since I got this. But this thing would have been intimidating to me whenever I got it, which was in, I don't think I have that in my notes. No, I don't. But it's certainly been more than a year. But now I'm feeling more capable of shipping stuff without being worried about it being a pain in the butt. This is a little bit of a pain, but it's not that complicated really. So I'm gonna try this. See if I can. I mean, it's hard with, you got three circular things rolling against each other, but I'm trying to pull these tight together. So I'll put them inside this bread box and put either bubble wrap or paper all around so that they can't bump around and hit each other and cause problems. So there we go. That should fit. That fits for sure. Okay, to this way. Paper. I'm going to use some of these air bubbles. These things are not perfect for packing material. They're good if you have a lot of space to fill, and then you can backfill in with paper or bubble wrap or whatever else you have. So I filled up some of that space. I'm going to fill the rest of it with this paper so that it's good and tight, and then close the lid. I think I might try to keep this closed by wrapping it one more time with stretch wrap. Maybe I'm going stretch wrap crazy. I'm not sure. Feels like maybe I am. Okay, so I've been to that thrift store 4 days this week, and I don't think that I'm fairly certain I'm not going there tomorrow. I have to go. I have quite a long drive. I won some items from an auction, and I need to go pick that stuff up, and they gave me a pretty tight window of when I can come. It's like, basically I could only come one day during the week, and it's between noon and 1. Just kind of crazy when you're trying to run an auction. And I got 2 items, and of course they're both at 2 different locations, so I'm gonna have to go to one spot and then figure out where the other spot is. Not real wild about that. I think they could have been more clear that I was gonna be driving all around the country to pick this stuff up. But I think it's gonna be good stuff. We'll see. I'll talk about that when I get it. Okay, I'm wrapping this in bubble wrap. I'm gonna go this way and then probably go the other way, the other direction. This is only, like I said, $60 is $60. You gotta take the same care as if this was $600, but I don't want to. I want to be done. By the time we're done with this, the lava lamp might be cold enough to pack. Probably not. Have to do that in the morning. But there's been some incidents at work, and I may have to go in tomorrow for a short time, even though I don't want to. Friday is supposed to be my day off, at least for now. I had like a huge bank of vacation time, so I've been taking off every Friday for, man, a long time now, close to 3 years. And when I run out of this vacation and I have to start going in 5 days a week, it's gonna be terrible, because I've gotten really used to working 4 days a week, and also that gives me time to work on this side business, which is bringing in, like this year I'll be making, I don't know, maybe 75% of what I make at my day job. Okay, let's see, how tight are we in here? All right, we need paper for sure. Well, maybe not. Let's try, I've got a bunch of cardboard here. I want to stiffen the sides up a little bit. So put this in, will that fit? No. It'll fit this way. Will this one fit? No. Tear these off. I just want this box to sort of be double walled, even though it's not a double wall box. I'm trying to kind of force it into being one. That's good. Put some tape. So it's not going to be fully double walled, but it's going to be at least double walled-ish. So this can go, that doesn't fit. That can go like that. I think this will fit in here. All right, let's see. No, I need paper. Paper on the bottom, more. And now let's try fitting this in here. This isn't gonna work. Is it? No, this cardboard has to come out. Okay, we'll just cram some paper around the edges. All right, this is taking too long. I'm gonna just cut the camera and finish this because I don't want this to be a 3-hour long video. So I'm gonna finish this box on my own and then get a label for it and come back and tell you everything I was gonna tell you before about profits and gains and whatever. So hold on for 1 second. Okay, this big wall of boxes all have labels. Most of them will go regular USPS. I'll put them out on the porch. I've already scheduled a pickup, you can see here. And then the lava lamp, it turned out the lava lamp was cool enough to pack by the time I finished packing this thing. It didn't really have to go into a box this big, but I really wanted to put a lot of padding around it. So should be fine. And I think FedEx might be a little less shaking stuff around than USPS. So anyway, let's go over profits. We'll start here. It seems like a long time ago now, but I had 3 stacking bowls, plastic melamine bowls made by Vignelli, and they earned $14.19. Then this bread box set with the canisters and everything, $56.11. The Guess jeans, this is the second time they sold, and I'm making $28.09 on them. Clear All Kindness, the little hot roller set, $27.10. That motion lamp, the shipping is pretty high on it. I probably should have tried to put it in a smaller box, but I'm only going to be ending up making $17.33 on that in the end, so whatever, it is what it is. The telephone, that cool 80s telephone, $20.80. A little Bible in a box with a blue cover, $19.99. Hopefully I'll have to arrange pickup for this New Wave infrared radio, but infrared oven. That's going to be $40, 7 cents. And then finally the Gold Bowl beer mug, $16.17. So none of these numbers seem that big, but there are 9 orders, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And it adds up to $239.85, which is good because I did some math last night and I figured out if I want to get to my $50,000 goal, I need to be making on average like somewhere between $190 and $200 every day for the rest of the year. So it's maybe not going to happen, but we were over 300 yesterday and then over 200 today. So it's possible, you know, if we have a few big days like this, 2 and 3 and maybe $500 days, we could have a couple of $30 and $40 days, and it still might average out to 190, which is what we need to be to get to $50,000. That's my goal for the year. I still am like pretty hesitant to say I'm confident that we're going to make 50,000, but I'm still hoping that we will. So that's it for tonight. I'm feeling a little worn out. These last 2 boxes probably took, it's midnight now, so I've been working on packing these boxes, which doesn't seem like that many, for like over 2 hours, I think. But these last 2 were pretty intense. So we're going to get them shipped out tomorrow and get on with our lives. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.